Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Juan Cotto and the coach, Yasutaki, here at Lumen Field. I believe this is the first time we have broadcasted from Lumen Field. And ladies and gentlemen, we are on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. If you love football, well, get used to our voices because you're going to hear us for the majority of your evenings. We have 3 contests, and we are at the initial contest of games at Lumen Field. I don't think there was an official title to this. This is a group from the East Coast that is putting on high school football games throughout the country. And here we are in Seattle at this great venue where obviously Monday night, the NFL stars were playing to the world, and some of the biggest stars in the world, including Russell Wilson. And the Seattle Seahawks were taking on the Denver Broncos. But today, and we always love to tell the story of our children, and we have the Rainier Beach Vikings versus the O'Day Irish. But first, I want to give you a little bit of info on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. We are a radio station that is committed to the community. This is the people's radio station. We are located right on Rainier Avenue, and that's where our broadcast headquarters is currently at the Columbia City Theater. We have been on air now, I want to say, for 5 years. We have been able to broadcast sporting events. If you love sports, you know that we have done state championship games, and we have done a variety of football games and basketball games and soccer games, both boys and girls basketball. Trying to share with you the stories of the kids in our community through athletics, and certainly during the time that we have just spent, it is so important for our kids to get back out. We have special shows. If you love talk radio, if you love politics, for example, and we know people love their politics.
Yes, we do.
Rainier Avenue Radio does politics. We do music. We do a variety of different music. We do shows that uplift the community through talk and understanding of issues in the community. And every once in a while, we laugh and have a good time as well. So we hope that you will listen to Rainier Avenue Radio as a regular part of your podcast time, or as a regular part of your easy listening time. Once again, music, world music, local music, and artists, a variety of different opportunities to really share information and galvanize and bring our community together, especially at a time where we need it. And once again, this is an opportunity to tell the story of kids in our community. So many kids on both of these teams, the Rainier Beach Vikings and the O'Day Irish, they're growing up and they're living in the Rainier Valley. A lot of these kids listening to our broadcast, and certainly with the great Rick Dupree. Of course, you have to sit and listen with me tonight. But nevertheless, it's an opportunity for all of us to come together and learn as a community.
Yeah, good.
The Rainier Beach Vikings, the legendary Rainier Beach Vikings, down in South Seattle, taking on the private school up on Capitol Hill, the O'Day Fighting Irish, the legendary O'Day Fighting Irish. In basketball, in football, just about any sport, when you get these 2 games together, Coach, it's a legendary showdown.
Always. Talent, though. Talent is supreme. You can see that as they compete.
The talent is supreme and the coaching is supreme. These are 2 of the best football coaches in the state of Washington. On the side closest to us, the Rainier Beach side, you have Coach Corey Sampson. Has been at Rainier Beach now close to a decade. Once again, bringing out great players and putting together great teams. As a little bit of movement comes, looks like the quarterback from O'Day, that's Dan on number 3, may have drawn the Viking line with a hard count to jump. The officials are conferring on that. The O'Day Irish, obviously led by the legendary, I joked with you earlier, both the coaches are legendary. Legendary Corey Sampson, the legendary Monty Kohler, I believe his 38th year at the helm of the Fighting Irish, and has turned this into a perennial power. Both teams perennial powers in the state of Washington, and both teams, as we will remark, have outstanding talent.
Exactly.
The 2 of the highest recruited players in the country, the running back for O'Day, Jason Brown, who will be lining up in the I formation here, and number 5, Caleb Presley, the cornerback for Rainier Beach. As the give here's to that man, Jason Brown, and he wiggles through the line and pushes forward with a sudden burst of acceleration and power That gets the ball right to the midfield stripe, so it'll be around second down and a 3.
Nothing fancy, just a direct handoff.
It never is really anything fancy for the O'Day Irish. Monty Kohler has run the same offense, I think, for a couple of decades, went out to Central Washington. Number 28, and that was Quentin White with the catch, and he gained about 12 yards on that and got a first down for the O'Day Irish at the Rainier Beach 45-yard line. So now they are into Rainier Beach territory.
That simple flat pass out there. It's just out. Got the pass out.
Rainier Beach is a really tough defensive lineman. Dallas Avalava jogs up the field. Now they just go ahead and call timeout. With 6:21 to go in the first quarter, the score is 0. We're just getting underway here. We're just getting started here at Lumen Field. And first of all, we just want to say thanks to Lumen Field for giving these kids an opportunity to come down and play at such a great venue. I mean, Monday night, this was an international venue. Right. So for these kids to get a chance to play here, obviously the excitement, and for all of those that are listening on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, it is a very exciting opportunity for these kids to be down here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But as opposed to Monday night, well, we're not elbow to elbow, but there is a good turnout on a Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we'll be here until Saturday morning, so it looks like.
Hey, everybody, let's remember that there's some important things coming up here. It is an election year. And so September 25th is National Voter Registration Day, and the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, along with the Seattle King County NAACP and other organizations, are holding a voter registration drive on Tuesday, September 20th, from 3:30 to 7 p.m. at the Rainier Beach Plaza. As Danner gives to Jason Brown, and he scabbers to the line for about 8 yards.
Direct handoff, just straight blast.
And this is really important. If you have not registered to vote, go ahead and register to vote. Get yourself signed up. And it's in King County, I think most of our listenership is right here in King County, we vote by mail. So it gives you an opportunity to participate in the political process. It gives you an opportunity to be connected. And most importantly, when you are discussing the issues in the future, you can say, hey, I voted.
Exactly. And you can vote from home. Put it in the envelope.
That's right.
It's a mailer. Stick it in your mailbox. Postman will pick it up.
A little jump, a little push.
A little bit.
It looked like that was O'Day's tight end. Number 18, and I think that may be another guy who is a highly recruited player, Ashcraft, who I understand is being looked at also by schools. I think he may have got the snap just a little bit off, and he fired into the line, and he just got there early.
Yeah, well, he got a good lick in, so as they say. But
he did. He got a real good lick in. But once again, we want to make sure that message is complete. Please get out and vote. This is an opportunity to register to vote. It takes just a few minutes, but the impacts of it are lifelong. As O'Day comes up, a little split formation to the left and a nice little tough run there.
Run.
Good run by the second running back for the O'Day Irish coming in here. That was
number 20.
Yeah, McDonald. And he gets in there, just does a nice
28,
job of pushing through.
Well, typical example, keep your feet moving, because he broke a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. It would have been for a loss, but he kicked through it and got it upfield.
The O'Day Irish, 2 wins and no losses. The O'Day Irish defeated Bothell 2 weeks ago. Then they just went ahead and really took it out on Blanchette last week.
Oh, yeah.
Which was not a close game. And Rainier Beach had a tough game last week against Seattle Prep, but it was a victory for them. Nice run. A tough, solid run. Looked like a big pinball bouncing off people. Yeah. Number 44 for the O'Day Fighting Irish, just slamming through, but that's Case Barker. And that was a physical run by Barker.
Oh, yeah.
Giving himself an opportunity to run through there. So
he's a big kid. You could look at him by his mass and stature. He kicked through a bunch of tackles coming through the middle of that line. Rainier Beach is running a standard 4-4. They're 4 and they're 4-4. That means they got 3 deep.
Roll right by Dana. Nice catch. No, right at the stake. Did he get it? Did he get it? No, but there's the athleticism of Ashcraft, who's a big dude, and he went rolling to his right on a kind of a sail route, right at the marker. Just couldn't get his feet down, but a nice effort and really good coverage by Rainier Beach.
Well, the pass was on the money, but it was just a little bit too far outside. The quarterback was running for his life, basically. He did a good job of getting the ball out.
Juan Cotto and the coach, Yasutaki, here at Lumen Field, 0-0 first quarter on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World, and that looked like a track meet that got off on the wrong time.
This is, early season, yes, but they've had a couple games under their belt. They shouldn't be jumping offside or invading the neutral zone, being offside.
How difficult is it to transition when you hear different quarterbacks, one in practice and one in the game? Do you think that has a little bit of a transition for the players?
But you coach to that. There are drills that you do, that you can give, and like I said, it's a matter of discipline. Of course, you want kids to be aggressive and you want them to take off, but you can't do it before the ball is snapped.
There's a give to that man again. He is a heck of a talent, a really tough physical runner, Jason Brown.
Tough runner. Just, again, nothing. The thing that amazed me all these years Monty's been doing is nothing fancy. Not a lot of trick plays, just direct handoff. We're going to beat you on the line of scrimmage. You got to stop us.
And let's check that, Coach. That was a Beckett Swanson, number 8.
Nice run.
Beckett Swanson, a senior, 5'11", 221-pound running back. And he is a load.
He's a load.
It almost confused me because he might be the same size, if not a little bit bigger than Jason Brown. But he went ahead and knocked some people back.
No wonder he was able to kick through those tackles. Come on.
Timeout on the field. It looked like there was some change of information over there. They went over. Rainier Beach comes out in their defensive front. The clock starts to wind. The referee winds his arm.
Oh, RP's got some big kids, man.
3:40 to go, and they're led by the big man Dallas Avalava, number 50 out there.
Oh yeah.
They give us to Jason Brown. Nice. He's hammered.
Whoa.
Jason Brown hammered down.
One of the big kids, 53.
Rainier Beach's number 53.
Butler. Yep.
Butler Jr. on that play, and Butler Jr. introduced himself and said, "Hey, I know you know Nick Saban. I'm Butler Jr."
Yes, thank you. And since nobody blocked me, I'll just tackle you.
Jason Brown coming off the field, and that play ends up being a loss of 2, where it'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball's on the 18-yard line. O'Day on a drive. Started right around the 45-yard line. They got to midfield, and they've been progressing ever since in the typical O'Day fashion. Just running straight forward, going downhill.
Double right, double left.
Yep, got a slot over to the left side. Dana back to pass. Evades. Oh, there's that man. Look at that man. Butler Jr. Butler Jr.
He's a load.
Took down an offensive lineman and the quarterback. And it's starting to see that this Butler Jr. could be a difficult assignment for somebody on that field.
Yeah, when you double up with the kid Dallas, I mean, that makes it tough on that side. That's a 10-yard. Oh, my gosh.
That is a loss of 8 yards.
Yeah.
It will be now 3rd down and 18, ball on the 18-yard. Actually, the ball is on the 25-yard line. 2:18, 2:17, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Juan Cotto, the coach. Yasutaki. Dana back to pass. It's a screen pass. Flipped over to the left side. The ball carrier fades a couple of defenders, breaks a tackle. Butler, I tell you,
he's
Butler
already over
is
there.
over there.
Yeah. He rushed the quarterback and got out there on that pursuit.
Flag came out, and I wonder if that's it looked like a hand may have gotten up towards the face.
Could be in a face mask.
Let's see what they call here. But the whole defensive line, and that was one of the great things. Football is a game of angles and leverage, and the cornerback and the outside linebacker for Beach, they did a great job with the leverage on that play. Just kept him in.
On O'Day, face mask.
Play was on O'Day.
Yeah, face mask.
Face mask on O'Day. So one of those drills you see when the guy extends his arm, got his hand on the defensive face mask, and they're now really emphasizing that.
Exactly, because it's on the head neck area, because that's where the most damage can occur.
4th down and 18. O'Day, if they go for it, they can get a first down inside the 6-yard line. It's straight I formation.
Well, they got 6 on the line, man.
Dana back to pass. He throwing for Ashcraft. He throws downfield.
Oh, no way.
Nice little coverage down there by the safety, number 1. That is Nairi on the coverage, and it goes back to Rainier Beach. So the Rainier Beach defense stiffens up and tells Monty Kohler, hey, you guys got to go ahead and figure some things out. We've come to play some football today.
Yeah, they put 6 on that line, and that means we have faith in the fact that our guys can cover you deep. But you putting that many guys on the line of scrimmage, that means your defensive backs are covering a lot of ground.
1:44 to go in the first quarter. Rainier Beach gets the football. They will start this drive on the 26-yard line. Let's call it the 27. 1st down and 10. 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Yeah. The quarterback, Chase, got in, gives the ball off. That looks like Scott Trey. Scott Trey runs the ball up, and the flags come out after about an 8-yard gain. We'll see who this goes on. Usually Scott Trey Humphrey, a young man who I got to know and coach down at Rainier Beach when he was a sophomore, and this is a great running back here.
Yeah, nice run.
Physical runner, and
holding.
We'll take advantage of the areas that Rainier Beach will pull for him on defense. On their offensive line. But a hold on that play, and a penalty that moves him back to the 20-yard line will be 1st down and about 17 yards to go. 1:36 to go in the first quarter. Our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. It was Rainier Beach.
They got 4 on the front for O'Day, and they got 5.
He throws over the right side where he had 3 wide receivers, and Chase Gaddon's pass was complete. And I think that was the much celebrated, as we spoke about, Caleb Presley.
Yeah.
That's going to pick up about 2. Quentin Jackson, the offensive coordinator for Rainier Beach, and he does a little bit of spread. He does a little bit of air raid. He does a lot of different stuff. But I'll tell you what, it's extremely well taught. It's extremely well coached with the great athletes. It's extremely efficient at times, and they can also be very physical running the ball downhill. They give to Scott Trey Humphreys. He goes into the line, presses forward, and brought down by a gaggle of O'Day Irish tacklers. Got a gain of 2.
I'm watching the tendency. O'Day doesn't blitz a lot. They're playing a standard 4 front. They have linebackers are sitting at home, so they're going to say, "Hey, we play base. You come and beat us. We don't have to do things like blitzing and overloading and doing things like that."
33 seconds to go in the first quarter on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Juan Cotto and the coach.
Now this would be an ideal time to blitz.
We have a couple receivers to his left. It was more of a counter play.
Yep.
The give is to the second man that was coming through on the opposite direction.
Good pursuit.
And the O'Day Irish just chased that one down.
Good pursuit. See, again,
Murphy chases that one down, and
that's perfect.
And like you said, really, really good defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's base. I mean, they don't get out of position, unless you make a fabulously wonderful play.
Coach, can you believe that quarter went so quickly?
I know.
Two teams that were running the ball, and it just makes the game go much quicker.
Yeah. Well, we know O'Day runs. When
you have a triple header going on, the lack of incomplete passes just keeps everything going. And I always said, coaches who run the football, it's for the environmental movement. We don't keep the lights on too long. And boy, O'Day got through that first quarter very, very quickly. Yep. So it'll be 3rd 11 when we come back with the second quarter getting ready to start. As the officials move the squad, the chains, and get the chain gang all lined up. Once again, it will be Rainier Beach 0 and the O'Day Fighting Irish 0.
They're gonna have to 4th down. They're deep in there, and they're gonna have to kick this ball out.
Hey, getting registered to vote is the first step in getting vote ready. You should make a plan to vote. Know who and what is on the ballot. Make sure your voice is heard at the ballot box. According to the United States Census data from 2020, as many 1 in 4 eligible Americans are not registered to vote.
Right.
Every year, millions of Americans find themselves unable to vote because they miss a registration deadline. They don't update their registration, or they aren't sure how to register. What a shame.
Yes.
Get out there and vote. The NAACP and the Black Unionists are putting together a voter registration opportunity on September 20th. Please register to vote as the punt from Rainier Beach goes out of bounds.
About 35, 37.
That's
pretty
37.
good.
So this is going to be a little 10-yard gain in field position after that exchange from Rainier Beach and O'Day.
Pretty good. They're on the other negative side of the 50.
11 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the second quarter. Welcome to Lumen Field, ladies and gentlemen. We are at one of the great venues, an internationally known venue now after Monday night. Jeez, who wasn't watching that football game? The Denver Broncos came in here. Russell Wilson brings his new team with him, but Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, and company, they stopped him. As the give looks like it goes to Jason Brown, and it looks like no one got blocked. I mean, all white
got
shirts
6 guys.
on the ball
They're running like an Eagle 6, Juan, which means you got 6 line defensive linemen and on the line of scrimmage. And that means I'm going to stop your run.
Basically, what they are saying is we're going to stop Jason Brown.
Yeah, your run. Exactly. We're going to stop it.
We're forcing you to go somewhere else because Jason Brown is not going to destroy us like he did Bothell.
Yeah.
11:06, 11:05, second quarter. Lumen Field, Irish 0, Vikings 0. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. Here come the Irish up on the ball.
This is Oklahoma 6.
Give is to that man again, Jason Brown. He bounces off a couple tackles.
Broke a tackle.
And took a couple people with him, and then it bounced away as he was out of bounds. But it looks like he picked up about 8 yards of that one.
He's second in about 2 or 3. 34. No, it's going to be less than that.
Hear so much about the O'Day Irish offense over the years. Nothing really changes with Monty Kohler's system and Monty Kohler's structure. They run out of the I formation. They run out of split backs.
Yep.
They run to the tight end side, to the right normally. It's executed incredibly well. They have outstanding ball carriers, and they always seem to get guys blocked.
Yep.
Nothing has changed. But Rainier Beach, however, just some real aggressive defenses. That's a pitch. It's Jason Brown. He goes to the left. He got blocks, and guys out running the Rainier Beach defense, and he fell down.
He had the lane.
Fell down at the 40-yard line, and it looked like the turf monster might have got him.
He had the lane to the end zone, and the turf monster got him. Yep, you're right.
That is a pickup of around 15 yards for Jason Brown, and that will be an O'Day Irish first down with 10:21 to go in the second quarter. 0-0, but the Irish moving and a couple of big runs, and Jason Brown might just start to get going.
Yeah, Corey, you may want to Rainier Beach, you may want to think about coming out of that 6 because once they break that crust, they're still in that 6.
1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line, 10:08 to go. Dana gives the ball to Jason Brown, going to the right side, but wait a minute, somebody may have moved.
Offside, neutral zone infraction.
Let's see what they call. They're conferring. They call it a legal motion
on O'Day.
on O'Day.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't think they got everybody settled. Everyone got up there. Just seemed like it was a little quick.
Good.
And when the play went, it seemed like a couple guys just jumped out of there.
God, you hate to have those because they break momentum. They were moving the ball really well.
I think Monty Kohler will tell you that, yes, he hates to have those.
Yeah. Momentum breaker.
Oh, man, is it ever, especially when you get Jason Brown starting to get going and feeling loose. And they had to bring that one back. My wife, Sarah Cotto, texted me a note. Rainier Beach came to play. Yes, they did. You get a chance to play on the biggest stage, you're going to come to play. As the pitch goes to Jason Brown, and let me tell you something. Is that him again? No, that's Dallas Avalava.
Yeah.
Dallas Avalava says, I'm going to get a little bit of this.
Yes.
Oh, and he goes and fires an arrow to his fans, his adoring fans on the Rainier Beach side. Dallas Avalava. And I just like saying that name.
Yes.
But he just said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put the man down on the ground here.
That 6 is tough to block. I mean, like I said, but the advantage you have is once you break that crust, it's everybody underneath it. You don't have a lot of run support. But the problem is you got to stop him on the line of scrimmage. This kid, Jason Brown, can run.
We expected to call the interior tackles Avalava and Butler's name a lot today. Coach, we have.
Yes.
O'Day in the I formation.
They came out of it now in the 5.
Look at that defense. Oh, and number 21 almost grabbed Jason Brown.
Yeah,
Jason Brown worked to his left.
Yep.
We have a flag down in the backfield, and we'll see what the referee spotted on that. Rainier Beach playing a very aggressive defense, and when they see Jason Brown on pitches and sweeps, that outside linebacker is going directly to him.
Right. They shifted out of a 6 to a 5 for more run support, but they pursue very well.
It's 8:47 to go in the second quarter, and there's a penalty.
I think this is another hold, or is it a clip? I can't.
Looks like it's going against O'Day. Here comes the referee to tell us.
Personal foul.
Oh, a face mask against O'Day.
Again?
So that is 2 face masks in regards to how they are blocking.
They will hear from Monty on that, as well as probably L too.
And that's one of those things you really have to emphasize, keeping your hands inside but down on the chest level. You can't go up towards the head, and once again trying to protect the head area and the head and neck. They are really emphasizing this, and this looks like something that I haven't seen this many offensive face masks since I've been calling games.
No, that's exactly right. Got to keep those hands in.
3rd and 33, so they marked him back a full 15 yards.
Yep.
The ball is at the I see it at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 33 at the 31. Dana, the give to Jason Brown, and there he goes on the left side. And he goes running up the field where he's met at the 45-yard line by the Rainier Beach defense led by number 10. And unfortunately, I don't have a roster for Rainier Beach, but I will say this number 10 put a really good pop on him.
Well, they made Jason run back and cut back into the middle. They forced him back, so they did a good job of contain, but he had a long way to go.
A 13-yard run for Jason Brown, and Dana is getting the signals. He's coming back out. He's got red shoes on. He is the younger brother of Harrison Dana, who played at Mount Si High School many years ago. Great football player there.
3rd and 20.
Here we go. See, what's your 3rd and 20 play, Coach?
You're going to run it? No, you're going to pass it.
Dana rolls to his right. He throws, and it's off the hands of a receiver, and let's see what happens.
He may have got his foot down. You only need one in high school and college.
The ball went off the hands, and really, I may have been off the headgear, popped straight up into the air towards the sideline, and we'll see if they call it an interception by the defensive back for Beach, number 1, and that's Nairi. See what happens over there. They're having a conference. A flag came out also. A flag came out, and we will see what happens with this particular call. Remember, in high school football, pass interference isn't a first down.
Right. It's by yards. It's not a spot foul.
And
it's not a spot foul.
There was 3rd and 20, so even if they get a 15-yard penalty, that will only move it to make it 4. Actually, make it 3rd and 5.
Well, what it looked like, they may be saying it was tipped. That means you can't hit. You can hit the receiver. It's not going to be pass interference, and that was the tip ball. I thought that the gesturing of the tip. But either way, that was a great defensive play to recover on that ball.
Everyone, while there's a conference going on, once again, we want to re-emphasize vote.
September 20th. Come on down to Rainier Beach Plaza, folks.
We have a mid-year election. There are going to be seats across the country that have the potential to change. And what we are asking you to do is, number one, become really familiar with the issues. Number two, go get registered. Go get registered to vote. And if you have not been registered, you're looking for some help, on September 20th, which is National Voter Registration Day, the Seattle-King County NAACP, those organizations are holding a voter registration drive. And it looks like the penalty goes against Rainier Beach. We'll come back to that in a second. There's a voter registration drive. September 20th. And that is going to be from 3:30 to 7 p.m. at the Rainier Beach Plaza at Rainier and Henderson, just outside of the Rainier Beach Community Center. You've all been there. And Rainier Avenue Radio will be broadcasting. So this is going to be an opportunity for people to go ahead and set it's such an important topic. We understand the importance of voting. We heard a lot about the important nature of voting in the most recent elections, National Ag 2020. 2022 also will be a very important one. We're just hoping people get out and get their voter registration cards.
No excuse. No excuse. Get registered, vote. You can do it by mail. Fill it out, stick it in your mailbox. You don't have to even leave your home.
Thank you so much to the Seattle chapter of the NAACP and also the Black Unionist for putting that event on, as O'Day, after a personal foul, gets the ball at the 39-yard line of Rainier Beach. He gives it to the right side to Jason Brown. He gets outside. He goes around a couple of tacklers. He goes to the outside and just runs out of territory. But I believe he picks up the first down.
Yeah, very close.
Jason Brown, he is deceptively fast. And when he gets to the outside, he accelerates, and he is really difficult to even get hands on, let alone bring down.
Good point. That's the liability of stacking so many guys on the line of scrimmage, 6 on the front. Once that gets broken, there is no run support.
As Avalava looks back at his linebackers and is sorting them on as O'Day comes out in the same high formation. And that was Butler Jr. who tackled. That was Avalava. Avalava almost got the ball carrier and the quarterback. But the give went straight up the middle, and the Irish picked up
about 4
yards. They're going to call it 2nd and 7, so he picked up 3, but Avalava showing off explosive quickness coming off the ball.
Good gravy, yes.
2nd down and 7, 6:25, 6:24 to go in the second quarter. Your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. The give to Brown. Brown,
it's bottled up, but
runs in and just gets pummeled this time. The entire Rainier Beach linebacking crew there. And it looks like they made a couple of adjustments. They want to get after Jason Brown. 6:04, 6:03, 6:02. Coach, this is a drive. O'Day and Monty Kohler like. Lots of runs, lots of plays. Keeps the ball out the clock. Speed of Rainier Beach.
Right.
Eats up the clock.
Yeah, they can't score if you have the ball.
5:47 to go in the second quarter, 3rd and 3. I'll tell you, if you love football, if you really love football and want to get out, come on down to Lumen Field tonight. We got lots of football.
We'll be here for a while.
Plenty of popcorn, too. Rainier Beach on defense. A pitch left to Jason Brown. And Jason Brown picks and chooses. Gets through. He runs low. Brought down by, there's Butler Jr. and a whole bunch of guys with there. Caleb Presley was also over there, but as he was running past the 20-yard line, a flag came flying out. We'll see what that is. He was brought down right around the, I want to say, 14-yard line, but as they confer, they're calling it a hold on O'Day. The flag was on the 21-yard line, so that's going to push the ball back
to 31,
Yep.
30, yeah. To the 30.
Right up to the 30-yard line. So that will make this, I believe, a third and about 13 yards to go.
That's right.
And O'Day has played Dana today at quarterback primarily. So he's been out there. He's more of the throwing quarterback, and certainly he can execute the offense very well. Not the athletic threat that Monty Kohler normally has back there.
Yeah.
But a really good passer of the football and very, very similar to his brother, a really good leader of an offensive team.
Which is what you want. But, O'Day has been moving the ball, but they're getting stopped by their own penalties. I mean, there's a number of most of the penalties have been called against O'Day today.
Yeah, and not very a little uncharacteristic of the O'Day Irish.
Exactly. And
Rainier Beach in their classic white uniforms, orange helmets, the orange trousers and the orange helmets. The orange helmets have blue face masks. That's the traditional Rainier Beach look. Yep. The orange, the blue, and the white. The O'Day Fighting Irish, they look just like a little USC. Here goes Dana the give, and that's the big running back, number 44, the other back that helps out, give Jason Brown a spell every once in a while.
Both of them are big kids.
They really are.
Yeah, they got some size on them. Well, it's I got to hand it to Corey. I mean, he's running a 6 against a team that, again, to me, I think I agree with the theory. We want to load up the line of scrimmage because they're going to run the ball on us. We want to stop them on the line of scrimmage.
That is Kristen Wynn, number 44. Kristen Wynn is number 44, and he's a good little running back, as we just said. The fake goes to Wynn, the flip outside. They were trying to run a little bit of
we call it a slip screen. They call it a slip screen.
You're right. They used to call it a bubble screen. Now they call it a slip screen. But he was running back towards the quarterback, but the Dana just couldn't get his feet under him and fired the ball into the ground.
Yep.
And if you catch the ball off of a bounce, the rules say you can't go with it.
Right. Yeah, this isn't soccer. Well, actually, you can't even grab the ball in soccer.
4:10 to go, and this is in the we are in the second quarter. It is O'Day 0, Rainier Beach 0, and this has turned into a defensive struggle.
Yep. Well, again, look back on that play series. Third down, they got positive yardage penalty. Put them back.
Juan Cotto and the coach, Yasutaki.
Thank you.
AJ Yuzi over here on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We are your community radio station. Hey, Coach Yeezy, do you like talk?
Yes, I do.
We have talk. Do you like politics?
Oh, I love politics.
Let me tell you something. We have politics on Rainier Avenue Radio, as you know. If you are a connoisseur of talk and politics, you can find it there. We have shows like Fresh Juice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? My man Daniel Bellis and Fresh Juice.
Yes. You
can find it on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And, of course, we have a host of others that are really –
Seniors Matter.
Seniors
One
Matter.
of the only shows around that talks about issues involving seniors.
You know, and those are becoming more and more relevant to me.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
Here comes Rainier Beach on your community radio station. The Vikings in split backs.
O'Day hasn't changed their D.
You know it's a fake. You give him throw right down the middle. He's got a man over and just missed him. Chase Galden just missed his receiver, streaking down the field. Knew he missed it. Oh, that's a tough one.
He had two guys open. One guy was standing open right on the 40. If you'd have looked that side.
The speed of Rainier Beach, that's what it brings for you.
Exactly.
Their speed, you got to respect the run. And once again, Quentin Jackson had a really good play dialed up, just couldn't get it executed.
No.
Second down and 10. The ball is on the 28-yard line, 4:04 to go. It is O'Day 0, Rainier Beach 0. It's a little bit of a surprise to you.
Yeah, it is.
Two offensive juggernauts, and they're both playing defense.
I thought we see a couple touchdowns at least.
Flip out there. There we go.
Short game.
You got that. Gets his little rhythm back. Throws a pass out to Rainier Beach's number 1. That's Nairi. He got the ball. Gets drugged down after about 7 yards. We're going to go third down and 3. The ball is going to be on the 28-yard line. Make that, the 34-yard
O'Day hasn't changed anything. They're still running that standard 4-front with the 4-5.
The maroon helmets, the maroon jerseys with the shoulder trim, the shoulders trimmed.
Mini USC.
They do. The only thing that is missing was all the players was wearing the black shoes, but even USC doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, right. That's
Third down and 3. There's I thought they were going to take a timeout, but they're not. They're going to go ahead, and Rainier Beach comes out with 3 wide receivers to the left. Chase back to pass. He looks downfield. He throws. He's got a man open, and he overthrew him out in the flat.
Wide open.
And he was all by himself.
Again, this was reverse it. He was open on the 40 on the other side 2 plays ago. The flat is open.
And he just couldn't get the ball there. And I know that stuff. And how much does that have to do with the environment they're playing? You're a little amped up because you're playing at Lumen Field anyways. And they say when the quarterback is high, he might be just a little bit amped up. And Brett Favre's talked about that.
Yeah, right. That does happen. It's called adrenaline. Too much adrenaline.
Here comes Rainier Beach. They're getting their punt team out on the field. O'Day, since their returner back, he's standing at the 35-yard line. And there he goes. There was the too much time. They just couldn't get the kickoff. And that's the thing about Rainier Beach. It's when you don't punt very often, it's
getting players in and out who are on the special team side. But this is going to be a 0-0 halftime score, possibly, Coach. I didn't think that would be possible with these two teams that score as many points as, especially O'Day's. They really whooped up on Blanchette last week.
Kean McDonald will be at the 35-yard line looking to return the punt. Coaches confer, and now they go ahead and break things down and get everything ready to go ahead and get the punt relined up. Rainier Beach gets their 11 players out there, and I think that they were short a couple of players, and a couple of players might not have got the punt alert too. Got to get yourself lined up, but they did get a little 5-yard hand slap, and that's going to have them put the ball on the 34-yard line. McDonald back at the 26. Here was the kick. Oh, it's a good one. Let's see if it hits the ground. Doesn't. McDonald catches it. He called fair catch, and he has the ball right now at the 36-yard line. So O'Day will come out, and they have a good field position. Yep. And we'll see if they can get something started here with 3:15 to go in the second quarter. And, Coach, this game is just moving right along.
It is. Well, they gained about, like you called it, about 8 to 10 yards because they started on their own 28. Now they're up to the 36.
Rainier Beach and O'Day on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Vote the Black Unionists and the NAACP.
They're in a
big voters opportunity on September 20th.
Oh, that got, and that's what the 6 is supposed to do. Clog up all the running lanes, which is exactly what happened there. There was nowhere for Brown to go.
With Avalava and Butler Jr., it's more of a bounce and attack, right?
Yep.
You go ahead and clog the gaps up,
exactly.
Force them outside, and then you send everybody to the ball carrier. That's what the O'Day Irish are facing right now with this tough, disciplined Rainier Beach defense.
6 on the front again.
The sweep to Jason Brown to the right, student body right. He breaks a couple tackles, and there he goes. He moves to his left on the cutback, and here's 2 of the top players in the country. 2 of the top players in the country go out of bounds at the 34-yard line. He was not outrunning Caleb Presley.
No, he wasn't, but, hey, that was a great run. It looked like he was going to stop it, but he cut back, made a nice cut across the field. Picked up a couple of blocks, and that's all he needed.
And that's the thing, too. I mean, with Rainier Beach trying to chase down Jason Brown, they're going to cruise over there, and the cutback could be open, and this time it was.
Because, again, there's 6 on the front.
Give up the middle to the big fullback for the O'Day. He rumbles down past the first down stake, picks up 11 yards, and that's a tough physical run by number 28 for the O'Day Irish, and I'll check the name for you. The Irish are moving the ball a little bit here. See what they can do.
No, just don't get a penalty. that's killed every drive they've been on a penalty.
Quentin White, the big ball carrier in that one, and here comes number 8 again. So Monty Kohler doing a nice job of kind of rotating his backs.
Right.
This is number 8, and this is Beckett Swanson. Once again, kind of an embarrassment of riches for the Irish coming out there with a guy who is a 5'11", 221 pound who spells Jason Brown.
And 221 is low at high school.
Brown is only 5'9", 195. Geez, what happened, Coach? When I was in high school, I was 5'9" when I graduated, 165 pounds.
My gosh!
And of course, I've surpassed that in my later years.
You're double the man you used to be.
Oh boy, isn't that the truth? Here we go. 2nd and 10 is. There's a timeout taken by the O'Day Fighting Irish. So with 1:33 in the second quarter, it is the O'Day Fighting Irish 0, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0. Ball is on the 23-yard line, and they're talking this over with Monty Kohler on the sideline. Once again, we want to emphasize the importance of voting. And there's tremendous community opportunities going to impact the community. Voting is such an integral way to participate in the public process.
Yep.
And if you don't vote, you're basically saying you don't not only want to have a say, you're just throwing your chance away there. So, hey, don't leave it to the pundits on television. Don't leave it to the newspapers. Sign up to vote. The NAACP and the Black Union is September 20th at Rainier Beach Community Center, just outside of it in the plaza area, signing people up to vote. As the give, it's a fake. I thought Dan kept it, but once again, there goes the big running back was shut down. Swanson, once again, he got in there and took a nice little run, but
good job.
Knocked down after about a gain of 2, and O'Day takes another timeout. That will be 1:24 to go in the second quarter, and the Irish are yet again just kind of pressing forward to see if they can get through this. Get a score on the board before the half. Here's the other thing. I believe, Coach, that they are using in this game, they are using the NFL field goals. So you got to kick it to a much narrower upright. And here's the other thing. When you're on the hash, they're using the high school hashes. And for these kids, that can be a difficult kick.
That's an angle that's really hard.
Into that narrow area.
Yep.
So this is a little bit of test for the high school athletes. So a field goal isn't just a real simple thing right now. As Dana goes back to pass, he flips it out to Swanson again. Swanson gets down to the 12-yard line where he's upended by the defense back from Rainier Beach.
Yep.
And that is at the 12-yard line, and there he goes. That is a first down for the Irish.
That's what you give up if you got 6 on the line and 2 underneath. That's 8 on the front. That means you're covering a lot of territory on the pass. And that's what you're giving up.
Give that tackle to Proctor. He came up and just went ahead and did what you're supposed to do on a much bigger guy. You tackle the sock.
Yep.
And he got down there and knocked the guy down.
Back leaked out, and they made a good pass.
Jason Brown gets the ball. He bounces to the outside. Oh, another good, solid hit, but he kept his feet. Brown kept his feet. He got hit. Like I said, and I think that was Proctor that got him. Took his feet out from under him, but he put his hand down on the ground and almost did a burpee to stay up. He got up and he ran into the end zone.
Yeah. Everyone thought the play was dead.
What a spectacular run by Jason Brown. Showing off ridiculous athleticism. He was stopped. He got his feet knocked out from under him, was able to land in a burpee type of position and just sprinted from that position into the end zone. And Coach, if I did that, I would strain all of my abdominal muscles.
Well, me
that
too.
I used to have.
You used to. That's a good one.
That makes the score O'Day 6, Rainier Beach 0. The Fighting Irish get on board first by a spectacular run by number 6, effort. Jason Brown, one of the highest recruited players in the country.
Individual effort.
Here comes the Irish on for the kick. And Rainier Beach got just a little bit excited there. They jumped. It's going to be number 86? It's going to be Zach Proctor. Zach Proctor out there. And with the ball now moving from the 3-yard line to the 1.5.
Maybe go for 2.
Monty Kohler goes ahead and sends out his offensive unit. He's going to go for 2. So let's see if this little jump off sides, how this hinders the Fighting Irish. So they are in a full house backfield.
Full house T.
The give, Jason Brown follows his blockers. He's into the end zone.
That was easy. That was.
I can't believe it. Can you believe it's 20 years ago that this building opened up?
Exactly.
Bringing the Seattle Seahawks and their new stadium. And it has hosted many of events here. We have hosted 3 National Football Conference championships. One against the Carolina Panthers, one against the San Francisco 49ers, a brilliant game. And everybody remembers the tip. Yep. And then, of course, the miracle here, overcoming 4 interceptions and just an unbelievable rainy day. The Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson come back from a deficit in the fourth quarter, take the lead after they recovered the onside kick, the fake punt.
Right.
And what an event that was back in 2014. And that was another NFC championship. So 3 NFC championship games hosted here. And, Coach, Seattle Seahawks won another one.
Yep.
Here come the Irish. Getting ready to kick off. Big boot. I think that was Ashcraft that actually kicked that one. I gotta get that right. But here comes.
It's outside.
That's Caleb Presley. He runs to the middle of the field. Couldn't find any room. Breaks to the outside of the 30-yard line.
Tackle him,
where
guys.
he is. And let me tell you, you can see why he's one of the best athletes, highest recruited player in the state of Washington. And isn't that interesting? Monty Kohler kicks it to him.
Yes, exactly.
The Irish kick it to him. They didn't seem to shy away from him. And Presley got a chance to show his tremendous athleticism against a great opponent.
Brought it back out to the 31, which is plus. Anything past the 20 is a plus on a kickoff.
46 seconds to go. So let's see what Coach Sampson is going to do. And how do you think he'll come out here and play this final? Will he try to go for something?
The problem is, O'Day's too good. They react too well defensively. You cannot afford to have a turnover here because that gives the ball back to O'Day, who has time to score.
Chase got in, brings him to the line of scrimmage. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Finds a receiver. Well, that looks like Presley.
Yeah.
But I think Presley may have caught one there. No, that's not Presley.
No, it isn't. I can't see that number
3, I believe. Luther King gets a ball tossed to him. So now he goes to a doubles formation at the 35-yard line after a gain of 4. Motions to 3. I don't think they ever got set. And it's too bad because they made a nice play down there. I think the wide receiver just turned up a little bit early. And Presley was getting ready to show off his wheels. Caleb Presley caught that ball. He was in the slot, broke out,
and
caught a little bit outright.
He had a lot of room.
There was no receiver within no defender within 3 to 5 yards of him. I think he would have been able to kick up a rooster tail. Saw something before the game I haven't seen in a while. It was some rain.
Yeah.
Started drizzling a little bit.
It looks pretty clear.
Cleared up right now, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day here in Seattle on a Friday afternoon. And a pretty decent crowd. Looks like the event is having all of the fans on the east side. If you're familiar with this facility, it runs north to south. Rainier Beach is going from left to right on your radio dial for those who are listening on radio.
Triple right.
And he's got the quarterback has 3 to his right. He's got 1 to his left. And he's got his running back in the backfield, which he gives it to. That is Scott Shea Humphreys. And Humphreys sprints up the field, and he picks up about 12 yards before he is ushered out of bounds on the far sideline. And that will bring up at least a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be around the 42-yard line. We'll see if this gives them an opportunity for one big chuck down the field.
Yep.
O'Day positioning its defensive backs at the 35-yard line, just like this is a punt.
Yeah, they are, as they say, deep.
Here comes Chase Godin. He's bringing his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 receivers to his right. And He's got one to his left. I think it's Scott Trey right behind him. And he throws over to that side, and as Kian McDonald rides that receiver out of bounds.
And it is
after
halftime.
a gain of about 3 yards, and it goes to halftime. So a defensive struggle, a slugfest.
Exactly. Surprising. Only 8 points on the board.
The O'Day Fighting Irish 8, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0. So O'Day jogs off to the locker room, and Rainier Beach is bringing its people to midfield. They're having a little chat. I think they're going to let O'Day go first. Then they're going to go ahead and walk in. So now they're starting to head into the locker room. So Coach Corey Sampson and a bunch of wonderful coaches over the Rainier Beach coaching staff. There's David Hughes, former Seattle Seahawks David Hughes, former legend of the Seattle Seahawks, Edwin Bailey. Coach Danny Hawkins and the crew. They're going ahead and they're just having their little conference outside. And O'Day, obviously, I mean, Monty's got he's got a gaggle of coaches.
Yeah, literally.
And support staff. I mean, there's literally 20 people walking up the field with them. So are we going to a halftime show tonight, or are we no halftime show, or I'm just going to keep going? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. It is O'Day 8, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0 at the half. And you are live with Juan Cotto and Coach John Yasutaki here. Jay Yeezy at Lumen Field. It is just to say that Lumen Field is an emerald in the middle of the Emerald City is almost redundant, right? Yeah. It is just a beautiful. Oh, I'm going to Tony.
We on point. We got to be a little more consistent.
Do you think that playing in Lumen Field had anything to do with this?
Well, this is a big venue. Just walking in this house can scare you to death. And we got to kiss some kids they're still kind of in awe. They're still looking around.
What do you think you need to tell your team coming out here for the second half to get some different results?
Hey, we're good. We're good. All we got to do is play and not make mistakes.
Okay, Coach Bailey, we'll see you after the game. Thank you.
Immediately after the game.
Tony B for Rainier Avenue Radio. Halftime here. I'm going to see if I can grab Coach Sampson as well. Coach Sampson. Coach Sampson, you got a second? Well, first of all, good to see you. Big venue here, Lumen Field. What does that mean to the program and the players?
It's huge, man. It's huge for our program, our community, man, the players, man, and it's lovely being out here. We're in a battle right now. It's almost a state championship venue.
And tough game right now. What are you going to tell your team in the second half? What are you looking for them to improve on, and what can they do better?
Man, we got to continue to play hard. They got a lot of guys, a lot of bodies. We only got 35 players, so we got to keep it in. It's 8-0 right now. If anything go one possession, we can come out second half, get a stop, score on offense, man, and make it a game again.
Good to see you. I'll let you get back in and talk to your players.
All right, good seeing you too. Thank you, guys.
Tony B for Rainier Avenue Radio. Once again, I'm going to turn you back to either Juan Cotto and Jay Yeezy, Coach Yasutaki, or we may be going to Daniel Bellis. Tony B for Rainier Avenue Radio.
Welcome back to Lumen Field, and Coach Corey Sampson summed it up.
Yeah.
And as did Coach Bailey. Number one, stop making some mistakes.
Exactly.
And they had a couple. But for the most part, I mean, they were really able to hold their own and keep O'Day from scoring for quite a bit of time. But the second thing is, kind of settle down and really come out here. And as Coach Sampson said, could be anybody's ball game.
Exactly.
Interception here, fumble there. They're right back there. And it's not like they're out of the ball game. They could go ahead and get themselves in a really good position.
Yep. No, you're right. And this is, again, no matter how you – football is a game of possession, but it's also a game of field position. It's where you take the ball and where you can move it. And both teams have been able to move the ball fairly decent. With penalties again, early season, untimely penalties, especially for O'Day. A couple of key ones: face mask, offense. When you're on offense, those will kill your drive because those are major penalties. But both teams are playing it pretty straight. Rainier Beach has really they're taking a risk to me, but they're getting away with O'Day only scoring 8 points. They're running 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, which means you're trying to stop the run, which makes sense. You got one of the best runners in the country playing for O'Day. But once he breaks that line off that line of scrimmage, you don't have a whole lot of run support, and so you're taking a risk. But when you look at the score, they've only been able to get 8 on the board. It's been pretty successful, I think, Rainier Beach. It was I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought they were going to come out. Most teams run a 4, 3, or 5, sometimes a variation on a 5. That means 5 defensive back linemen, 3 defensive linemen, or 4 defensive linemen.
If you are Coach Corey Sampson, what are you telling these guys at the half?
Hey, we're doing okay. We're doing good. We have to be but the problem is we have to move the ball on offense. We got to be more consistent. It's hit or miss. As long as we have the ball, they can't score. They can't give it to that Jason Brown, that fabulous running back. We can control the game if we move the ball on offense. We're doing a decent job on defense. This is a team that put many points on the board last week against the Blanchette High School football team. And so you're saying, okay, things are even, but we got to move the ball on offense.
If you are Monty Kohler right now, what are you focusing on? What do you think's being said in their locker room?
Hey, we keep doing what we're doing. We're going to start using the ball. We're going to start putting the ball in the air because we know we can move the ball in the air on a 6. They're doing a pretty decent job of stopping the run, but we're going to take a chance. If I'm Monty, I'm saying we're going to go short pass. And when they start crowding the line of scrimmage like they've been doing, we're going to short pass. And when they start, and then when they start loosening up, then we'll run the ball. I mean, the concepts are simple. I'm going to stack everybody I can on the line of scrimmage, stop your run. If you say, okay, if that's what you're going to do, I'm going to throw the ball to back you off the line of scrimmage. So that's
what the Fighting Irish, the Rainier Beach Vikings, playing it here in Lumen Field, and we touched on this a little bit during the game, but does this venue, how do you as a coach and how do you as players yourself, do you think right now it's kind of worn off a little bit, the fact that they're playing in such a great opportunity, a great place for football?
Excitement. Kids run on emotion. That. Like Don James said, I must be crazy. I make my living by what 18, 19, 20-year-olds do. And this is the same thing. You got 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds out here doing stuff. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it makes you want to play hard. It makes you want to show out that, you got skills. But, hey, it still comes down to who blocks and tackles the best. That's it. Basic.
How exciting is this for the parents? It looks like there's a really good turnout from both schools today. I see a lot of orange out in the stands. They're having everybody sit over on the east side of the facility. How exciting is this for the parents?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they can envision maybe their kid out here 5, 8 years from now, out here playing.
Coach Yasutaki, why don't people vote?
I don't, that's the thing that has always – I used to be a precinct committee person, too. Go door to door and ask the question. Well, I didn't have time. I forgot. Well, you didn't have time and you forgot. And you say to yourself, well, hold it. This is our guarantee. This is our constitutional guarantee. This is our franchise. This is how we this is how we determine who's going to govern us. And this is the most important thing we can do as citizens of this country, is to vote. And your vote counts. People say, my vote won't count. That's not true.
Something, according to the United States Census data from 2020, as many as 1 in 4 eligible Americans are not registered to vote.
That's insane. 25% of the population.
And every year, millions of Americans find themselves unable to vote simply because they missed a registration deadline. They didn't update their registration.
Right.
Or we're just not sure how to register. And that's a shame if you're just not sure how to register.
That doesn't make, because if you go to the internet, you
would think.
Yeah.
But hey, if you need help with this, the National Coalition of Black Trade Unionists and the Seattle King County NAACP want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to vote.
Yep.
So they are hosting at Rainier Beach not Rainier Beach High School, but at the Rainier Beach Community Center.
Yep.
Which we're very familiar with.
Right, the plaza right
the
there.
Little plaza area. Come on out, get yourself the opportunity to vote, register, because once that deadline passes, you don't get to participate.
That's right. You've opted out. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, your vote does count. Your vote does count.
It seems now more than ever.
Yes.
I mean, with so many different things on the line, and we're and especially in a national year,
exactly.
where we're talking about congressional seats, where we're talking about a U.S. Senate seat, where we're talking about local municipal bond opportunities. And it's wonderful that the NAACP and the Black Trade Unionists are saying, hey, you know something? If you don't know how to register, we can help you.
But
I'm crashing the part. I just walked all the way up these steps. You know that.
I saw you.
Take your time.
But I hear you talking about the importance of voting, and Tuesday, September 20th being voter registration day. And yes, I know you've talked about the statistics, but walking up these steps reminds me of how much we have done to get this far, to get this vote. It used to be more than walking up steps. It was taking tests. It was being blocked. We have the right to vote.
Right.
So,
and it was paid for in blood.
Yeah.
Exercise that choice.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Bailey at halftime. Did you?
Yeah. We love. As you know, I mean, we love the coach.
Yeah.
The legendary Edwin Bailey.
And he's getting healthy. He told me he
Yes,
changed his diet.
He slimmed down a minute.
He slimmed down a lot. He was great.
You know what? You walk up and down up to this 200 level a couple times. And he's going to be joining us too after the game.
Oh, great,
He'll be up here to join us.
I'm gonna run up and down the steps between games. I'm gonna get a little exercise.
No, I'm
okay. I'll return you back to your normally scheduled broadcast. All right, bye.
Oh, the legendary Seahawks. Are we off? Are we still on? Legendary lineman. Are we on? Or are we? Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Legendary lineman Edwin Bailey will be coming and joining us. And if you've heard broadcasts over the years, who has more fun than Edwin Bailey? And what a first of all, number one, a tremendous Seattle Seahawk. Just a wonderful person to sit down and I love to recount the stories with him. So many memorable games. You had a chance to chat with him. He's been out of the community. He's been coaching football. He's been doing a number of different things. He's been recruiting players. I'm sure we're going to get a chance to catch up with him, but saw him outside before the game, and it was just great to see Edwin Bailey's changed his diet. He's lost a little weight. He looks slim, and he's out there on the sideline with the Rainier Beach coaching staff, and that's exciting.
All right. Just going to do a quick little update for you. So far, everyone's going to start playing pretty much at 7 p.m., but want to let you know about the metro circumstances of this game. As you can see, there is the standings as they currently are after 2 weeks in the season. Both of these teams are at 2-0, and they won their first league game of the season last week. And they both blew out their opponents also. So if you look at the by points per game and also points allowed, you can see both of these teams are in the top 20, but that's because they have in their first 2 weeks played lesser quality opponents. So this is both Rainier Beach and O'Dave's biggest test of the season. Same thing. Garfield also is tied up with both of these teams as well, and they're going to play right after this game against Seattle Prep. They are 2-0 in the season as well, 1-0 in league. Eastside Catholic, by the way, though, they were scheduled to play Ballard. The game got canceled in Memorial Stadium on a Saturday because of bad air quality from fires. So they have not played a league game yet, and they sit in fourth place with Ballard tied with them because they did not play that game. Prep's coming in tonight against Garfield at 0-1. They lost their first one to this Rainier Beach squad. I think the final score was 19-8. So also a low-scoring affair there for Beach in their first league game against Prep. Blanchette and Roosevelt are both starting this season pretty much in the cellar. Blanchette's 1-1 on the year, 0-1 in the league, and Roosevelt's unfortunately is still struggling to win that first game. Roosevelt today is playing against Ballard. So it's Roosevelt and Ballard there. Two teams that are both trying to win their first contest. That's going to kick off. Actually, it's in progress. We just don't have a score for them yet. Also in Metro, also in action, Franklin and Chief Self. That's currently in action in the Sound Division standings. Ingram and Nathan Hale. A fast starting Ingram, by the way. Ingram has started the season 2-0 against Hale. That kicks off at 7. West Seattle's at Cleveland at 7:30. And Lincoln is at Lakeside. That's going down tonight as well. Some other games to notice, the Bellevue Wolverines, the defending champs. They have started the season 0-2. They played an out-of-state opponent in the first week, lost that one. They played Lake Stevens, who Garfield defeated in week 2, and Lake Stevens beat Bellevue. So that's Bellevue's now at 0-2, and they're going into their first league opponent in the Kinko tonight at Liberty. They'll be hosting Liberty at 7 p.m. So crucial game for the Bellevue Wolverines. In the third week of the season, they have an opportunity to win their first game of the season. So that's really weird. They started the season ranked number 1, but because of those 2 losses, O'Day was able to leapfrog them and become the number 1 team in 3A play. We are live on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio, of course. Other games to be aware of include a couple of interesting ones. Lincoln of Tacoma, ranked at number 11, is taking on a pretty high-ranked 4A team in Camas. That's going down tonight. That's going on tomorrow. But also 4A team Glacier Peak will be hosting the 13th ranked out of 3A Ferndale. That'll be an interesting contest. That kicks off at 7. No, that's a tomorrow. That's in tomorrow one as well. I need to make this type a little bit bigger so I can read it. Yesterday, a couple of games played off. Number 17 Lakes winning easy over Bonnie Lake, and Ridgeline just got smacked by Meade. Meade moves to 3-0 on the year. All right, so we are ready for the second half of kickoff. So we're going to throw it to Juan and John.
Yes.
Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier
man, good
Avenue
kick.
Radio.world. As that kick is boomed into the end zone, and
Touchback.
it turns into a touchback. O'Day will get the ball on the 20-yard line. In high school football, that's a big play in itself.
Yes, it is. Well, if you can kick the ball in the end zone consistently, that means the other team can't run it back, and that at least gives you an advantage. Special teams. Offense brings the fans, defense wins the games, but championships are won by special teams.
Here come the O'Day Fighting Irish out in the field. And there's Dallas Avalava and Butler Jr. just waiting for them.
Those guys are studs. I have to hand it to them. I hadn't seen them play before. Oh, Dallas from last year, but this kid Butler is tough.
Jason Brown goes in the line. He gets
bounced off.
Right, bounced off of Avalava, just as you were speaking about it.
Yes.
Took a couple steps back. He might have gained a yard if he was lucky to gain that yard. That'll bring up second down at 9. Just getting started in the second half. Come on down to Lumen Field if you like football. It is a beautiful evening for football, and if you like football, Coach Jay Yeezy, we're going to be here for a while.
Right, and you can come down here. You're a total stranger. You'll begin as a total stranger, but you leave as friends. You'll be here that long.
O'Day in their maroon jerseys
they got
with
him.
the gold
That's a good
trousers.
hit.
There's a sweep to the right by Jason Brown, and it almost looked like the Rainier Beach Vikings knew the play.
Exactly.
They were back there. They had it diagnosed, and Brown is going to lose a couple of yards. And let me tell you something. Jason Brown is not used to people chasing him down.
No, he is a heck of a runner. He is all they say he is, and then some.
The ball is spotted. Looks like it's going to be at the 19-yard line, so he lost 2 on that carry. Third down and 11 is the call, and here comes Dana to the huddle. And he's getting the play.
Okay. RB's changed up. They're running a 5 front. They're running an odd front.
They have an odd front. They got the nose tackle over the
there
center.
they go. Oh, they got some big guys in there now.
And there's a draw play to Jason Brown. He's up the middle, and he gets tackled at the 29-yard line, but his momentum carries him almost to the 33, a 13-yard run, and Jason Brown picks up the first down on a simple draw play.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing as a defensive lineman, we always used to tell kids if it's too easy, something's up.
Something's up, yeah.
You know, if
Watch
it's too
for
easy,
a trap,
stop.
or watch for
And,
down block or whatever. Yeah.
Very well executed. And look at O'Day coming to the line of scrimmage right now. So
No, they got 6 now. Penalty.
O'Day looks like they called 2 plays in the huddle, and they were right up on the ball. The very, very tough. And let me tell you something. If you have a Corey Sampson coach defense, it's going to be a tough defense.
Oh, yeah.
He makes a lot of it's an easy scheme for the players, but what he likes to do with that defense, with the movement, with the change of where they set up, it makes it really, really difficult to play against. And with the athletes that he tends to develop at Rainier Beach, they have the speed and the toughness to get there and make plays. And Monty Kohler was trying to speed things up a little bit. It didn't work. You talk about a run blitz. Talk about a run blitz.
That's
the middle linebacker.
That's a classic run blitz. He ran the guard, that what we call the O gap, A gap, B gap, guard.
Jamel
Tackle,
Belvoir.
gap.
Jamel Belvoir just runs back there. I mean, it's like he knew the snap count. He sprinted through the hole. What we used to say, scrape close windows and run through open doors. He ran right through there and made the tackle in the backfield.
Yep, like I said, run blitz is what the style is now. People are teaching that. Coaches are going to that.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. Dana with the fake, rolling to his left, looking downfield, finds Ashcraft and threw it behind him. Bounced off his hand. Number of Rainier Beach guys in coverage, and they're all getting talked to over there. That's is that old Nairi? Nairi's getting chatted with just a little bit. Coach Sampson had a little word for him. Ball was thrown behind him a little bit, went off his hands, and it was down, and pass fell incomplete. 3rd down and 18. Ball's on the 24-yard line. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Register to vote. The Black Unionists and the NAACP will thank you for doing that. Register to vote. Looks like who's going to call the timeout here?
Tune in on the 20th. We will be covering it live.
That's right. We're going to be covering it live at the Rainier Beach Plaza. Register to vote as Rainier Beach is calling a timeout. So they're going to get some things straightened away on defense as it is 3rd down and 18. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. How much fun is this? Lumen Field.
Yes.
Boy, and I tell you, Coach, I don't know if you got a chance to see the game the other night. I was up in the 3rd level. I've never heard a building so loud. I've never heard a building shake.
It was rocking, huh?
Russell Wilson comes back to town, and he was booed.
Yeah.
What did you think about that when you were watching it? What do you think about Russell Wilson?
It's pretty indicative of the Seattle, very loyal to their team. You might have been with us, but now you're not with us. You're against us, so you boo. You get booed. As much as they love Russell Wilson.
Yep. Picks the head off, rolls his right. He throws. He's got him wide open. Wide open, and a high step by number 18, Ashcraft. Ashcraft is into the end zone. A 76-yard strike. That makes the score O'Day 14, Rainier Beach 0.
Well, like I
Dana
said,
to Ashcraft on a 74-yard touchdown.
You crowd the line of scrimmage to stop the run. Guess where you're vulnerable? The pass.
Ashcraft ran that little leaky wheel route that O'Day likes to run.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Everyone came up to stop Jason Brown, and he stepped behind him, and there they go.
The nice fake to the quarterback with Brown. He rolled out, threw the ball upfield, and it was on the money.
74 yards on the pass and catch and run. Ashcraft high stepping to avoid a couple of tacklers, and he gets into the end zone.
It's surprising
8:26
too.
8:26 to go in the third quarter. The O'Day Fighting Irish 14, the Vikings 0.
Yep. You didn't expect, and face it, these are kids and they're conditioning. All through the game they were able to stop the run. So you're thinking as a defensive back, once the guy blows by you, it's too late. The rule as a safety is you can't let anybody get behind you. You go as deep as the deepest man on the coverage, and they got behind it. But like I said, I'm crowding the line of scrimmage. I'm masking on the line of scrimmage, stop the run. What am I going to do if I'm on offense? I'm going to try to throw the ball upfield. Once you start backing off to stop the pass, I'm going to run the ball. Simple principles. Nothing really changes in football. Modern football, it's still the same principles.
Zach Proctor on to try the extra point. Nyreeg comes off the field gingerly.
He got hurt on that play.
Looks like he got hurt trying to chase that one down. Yeah. Nice looking athlete. He's a good looking player, but I fell out a little bit. I'm sure he's gonna be a great player for the Vikings. Walking a little gingerly right now, so he's gonna kind of get himself back together, and we'll keep you updated on his status. But here comes Proctor. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it is through the professional uprights. And once again, they tacks on that extra point in their first touchdown. They went ahead after a penalty and went for the 2-point conversion. On this one, they go ahead and they get in there and they score the extra point. So it is O'Day 15, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0. Juan Cotto, Coach John Yasutaki, affectionately known as Jay Yeezy on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Thank you.
And we are emphasizing in this broadcast voting.
Yep.
I mean, we always emphasize the community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and how Rainier Avenue Radio.world can help galvanize the community by providing opportunities in education, by providing opportunities for entertainment, for providing opportunities in terms of information. And we do talk radio, we do political radio, we do sports radio, we do music.
We do language to the Philippines in Tagalog. Yeah.
And that's the other thing, too, about the internet really brings not only our community together, but brings the world together. Because we hear all the time from people who are listening to us at various points all over the world. So please tune into your community radio station and use this as a very, very valuable resource as the kick is picked up by Caleb Presley. He runs to his right and then tried to traverse the field, ran back 5 yards, and was brought down.
Good coverage. Good coverage.
Presley.
Yeah, we broadcast. We have afternoons. Monique, she's Vietnamese, and she's does speak Vietnamese. We have Phil Am, which goes to the Philippines live on Tuesdays in Taglish or Tagalog and English, and a great show. It was very entertaining. But you're right, Juan, and you do a heck of a job on baseball. You're our baseball guru.
I love a little bit of baseball, my friend, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the Seattle Mariners shake out in this very, very exciting season. And I saw Castillo pitch the other day, and what a great game that was. As Rainier Beach has 3 wide receivers to the right of Chase Gowda, throws a little bit of out route over, and he picks up about I want to say about 4 yards from that pass. And the thing is too, Coach Jay Yeezy, as you do, and you know it, we love telling the stories of our kids.
Yes.
And it is so much fun to come out here to broadcast the games, to hear the energy, to feel the story, to hear the stories.
Yes.
And to learn more about these young people. Yes. And then they are student athletes, but they're community members. And this is so much fun on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
That's exactly it. Oh, nice hole.
Scott Trey Humphreys.
Nice
and
hole.
Scott Trey Humphreys says, I'm not going down, and he powers through. I really liked coaching this young man. Had a great time with him when he was a sophomore when I was there with the team at Rainier Beach a couple of years ago in the COVID season. He is a very, very hardworking and diligent young man and as polite as they come.
Very good.
And I know that he is a senior now. Oh, I see a flag down, taking away his run. But what a nice young man Scott Trey Humphreys is.
Good.
And I think he's going to be another one of those guys who really has a positive impact in the community. And as you know, Coach Yeezy, as Coach Jay Yeezy, as a coach, They grow up so fast through your program.
Yes.
He's already a senior.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah,
great. He sounds good, and sounds like he has a good upbringing as well.
He's got a great upbringing, and obviously that's the kind
Kudos
of
to the
players.
parents. Yes.
That's the kind of players that get developed in Coach Corey Sampson's program. Two to his right, two to his left. Chase got on, picks up the snap off the ground. He was about to throw it. He runs to his left, and he's chased down by the Irish.
They covered him.
Number 58 for O'Day, and we'll get that. Anthony Hall.
56. Anthony Hall.
Anthony Hall, number 56. And Hall chased him down, and that will bring up 3rd down and 17 for the Vikings. And Anthony Hall, obviously, as you know, has a little bit of speed.
Yes, he does.
Nice-looking athlete playing up there at defensive tackle for the Irish.
They're 3 right. They got 3 right.
Chase got down, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Scott Trey Humphreys back there helping him block. He throws a wide open receiver over near the near sideline, and O'Day was giving up some space to go tackle him. Picks him about 7 yards. And that will be a 4th down, and that should give a nice punt for let's see, they picked him about 12 yards on that completion. So that will make it 4th down and about 5.
Right.
And let's see if let's see what they do. And that's one thing I like about Coach Sampson. He's not afraid. He's a riverboat gambler at times. And against to beat a team like O'Day, you need to take some chances. So it looks like they're set to go for it. Gadan goes with a quick kick. Ball goes off the side of his foot.
Oh.
Ball goes off the side of his foot, and it just kind of flails out to around the 36-yard line of Rainier Beach, and that's where O'Day will take over. So a really good idea. Just couldn't get the punt on his laces. It hit the logo on the side of the foot and then drifted out of bounds.
They used to call it quick kick. Quarterback gets the ball, kicks it.
Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. If you love football, come down to Lumen Field. Otherwise, just throw us on all night. Throw us in the background.
Over here. O'Day starts on the plus side of the 50.
They do. Here comes O'Day in their I formation. Split into the left flank or to the
There's that
right.
man
Jason
again.
Brown. Jason Brown's a good football player.
Yep.
But this time, Avalava, I see the big 50. The big 50's on him. The big 52's under him.
Yep.
They wrapped him up.
Yep.
So they're basically saying you're not running the ball up the middle.
Nope. Again, they're staying that 6, which is risky because you know that the ball, if it gets up in the air, it's an advantage to the offense. But, hey.
I just want to thank Tony B. And the broadcast gets so much better on Rainier Avenue Radio World. But geez, I turn around and there's a big thing of sandwiches and water and potato chips. Well, you come over here because we're going to be here a while.
Yeah, and I said, what's for breakfast?
We're going to be here a while. So, we love that kind of party. 2nd down and 9 for the Irish, and it looks like O'Day called timeout. Is that correct? No, Rainier Beach called timeout. So Coach Sampson settled him down a little bit.
You gotta emphasize the fact that they are going to throw the ball. They have the ability to go down the field with the ball. So you're still crowding the line with 6. Your defensive backs have got to be just that much better on coverage because you don't have a whole lot of help.
Coach, on Tuesday, the 20th, it's National Voter Registration Day. Come down to the Rainier Beach Plaza, where the Rainier Beach Vikings, just right across the street, actually, the Rainier Beach Community Center, come down and the Black Unionists and the NAACP getting people signed up to vote. Exercise your privilege.
Oh, blitzing.
Here comes the throw from the quarterback, Dana. Kits Kean McDonald down at the 10-yard line, and he takes the ball down to the 5-yard line, and he just took a shot on the blitz.
I think he got hit.
And he's getting up a little gingerly, so.
He might have a cramp.
Kyan McDonald got to the outside and
made a good play. He did a good play on that, receiving that pass. Defender was right on it.
Dana's leg looks like it's cramping up.
Yep.
So they're trying to work the cramps out of it. No, Coach, even though the weather is a little bit cooler than the first 2 weekends of the season,
He's still cramping.
you can still cramp up, and you got to hydrate. And that's what we've been working with these young guys to do is we've been coaching, make sure they drink enough,
Right.
make sure they get fluids in their system. And he didn't obviously get enough. And it looks like after he threw the pass and went down, his right calf cramped up.
Tightened up. But the defender was right there, so that was a really good play by the receiver.
He threw. It was a nice throw and nice catch.
Yeah.
Full house backfield. Boy, you like that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I love that T formation. Oh yeah,
and that's the quarterback number 7.
Yep.
He just in a typical Monty Kohler play.
Yeah. Yep. You got
Anton Riccio.
Man. T formation. You got quarterback under center. The 3 backs are set across, shoulder to shoulder. You can give it to the first back and 2 backs block. You can give it to the last. You can do a variation of things off of that T formation, and I love it, especially on the goal line.
And like we said before, I mean, a simple play. I mean, this is what they've been running since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Block everybody back, and the quarterback just takes the ball and runs behind his line, and he goes into the end zone.
The introduction of the T formation really came into fore in 1940 when the Chicago Bears beat the Washington Redskins at that time, and Sammy Ball 73-0. It was an incredible game.
On a variety of trap plays and pulling guards
Yep.
and things that really were the Bears weren't prepared for. And it was just basic football, and that game really became standard for several decades in terms of offensive line play.
T formation. George Hallis was a genius about that, and they said Sammy Ball, Washington team quarterback, great quarterback, Hall of Famer, legend. You threw that pass and it was incomplete at the goal line. If you'd have scored, what do you think would have happened? Oh, the score would have been 73-7. Chicago's favor. Sammy Ball. Slinging Sammy Ball.
Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. I mean, if you want to talk about football in the 70s with Bob Greasy, if you want to talk about football in the 80s with Dan Marino and Joe Montana, if you want to talk about football in the 90s with Brett Favre and
Roethlisberger and our own Russell.
You want to talk about football over the last couple of decades with Tom Brady.
No, Tom Brady.
We certainly can do it. Edwin Bailey's is going to stop up with us tonight. We can talk about what his thoughts were about Monday night with the Seattle Seahawks as the kick goes to the Rainier Beach up back. Naive, he's back in the game.
He's back in,
And he goes
Good
down on it.
Good to see.
And real physical. Just for a short kick, there's some bodies flying around out there.
Oh, by the way, we should mention these games count on your record. And that means it under WIAA sanction will count towards gets in the state playoff system.
Also, this is a Metro League football game.
Exactly.
Basically.
It counts in the conference.
Chase Gowdan brings his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Fakes a handoff, gives to Scott Trey Humphrey. And Humphrey only goes maybe for a yard. And, the little celebration down there.
They didn't get suckered on that fake.
Mm-hmm. No, he held his position. That was number 50. I think it was Hall.
Yeah.
Hall held his position by holding and that following the lineman runs right into it. And they call that Joy Ciale.
Yeah.
I had it Hall. I thought it was 56, but hey, I think my eyes might be a little bit better. So here we go. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Got down back to pass, looking, scans the field, rolls to his left, and he tried a nice little nifty shovel pass to Scott Trey Humphrey, and that was a smart play by Gonan.
Yeah, because he would have lost. He would have been about a 5-yard loss.
He had a 5-yard loss. He was running parallel with Humphrey and just tried to pitch it to him. And, of course, when you pitch forward, that's a pass. That will bring up 3rd down and 11. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. The O'Day Irish are up 22-0 over Beach. Got down back to pass. Nice little screen pass. Here's Humphrey with the ball. He's got a gaggle of blockers in front of him. And there he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Scott Trey Humphrey's going to score. Scott Trey Humphrey's going to score a touchdown.
Wow. That was a beautiful screen.
Beautifully executed screen. Great play call by Rainier Beach coach Quentin Jackson. And that makes the score just like that. O'Day 22, Rainier Beach 6.
Very good.
Wait a minute, coach. Wait a minute. They call him out of bounds on the 5. I didn't see that. They call him out of bounds. Said he stepped on the white line at the 5-yard line.
That's kind of hard to believe. There was nobody near him. The nearest defender had the angle, but that wouldn't have been even close.
I take that back. He stepped out of bounds at the 5, and the ball now goes to Scott Trey again, and he goes down. O'Day stops him at the 6. A beautiful screen pass. That was a well-designed play ball call by Quentin Jackson. The offensive coordinator of the Beach saved it right for the right spot, and the blocking was perfect going down the sideline. Just couldn't get it in. Here comes a second down play. A fake by Chase. Chase gets the ball and keeps it himself. He's into the end zone. He's into the end zone, but coach, there's a flag over there. A couple of Rainier Beach kids are really upset, and he went into the end zone untouched. What do you think the call is going to be?
Well, it was a wideout on that side, so the flag was thrown over where that wideout was, unless they call maybe holding. I don't know. We'll see. Holding. Yep, holding.
Well, Rainier Beach gets a hold.
That washes out that washes away that touchdown.
What 2 beautifully executed plays. The screen pass, the Chase got down on the pull, basically walks into the end zone, but a hold on the outside, and now that will make this second down and goal from the 10. And there's a little bit of tension going on in the Rainier Beach O'Day sidelines, and just wonder what's going on here. There's some talk going down here in this section. I think you might want to keep your eye on this. I hope everything is okay. But the fans are getting a little restless down here by some of the calls. Bad snap to give. It looks like that went to Humphrey, ran to his right, and there's a whole gaggle of O'Day defenders.
By the time he got the ball, defenders were upfield. I mean, that snap rolled on the ground to the quarterback. No, what a demoralizing scenario.
Boy, this is a loss of about 1.5 on that play. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. So what was a sure touchdown is now going to be a 3rd down and 11. And let's see what Quentin Jackson can stir up here. Coach Jackson, really, really good offensive coordinator. And he just really has this a lot of really good play designs. Is being chased out of the pocket, throws into the middle. It bounces once, twice, 3 times off of defenders and falls to the ground, and that'll make it 4th down and 11. And that's the only thing when you get down there, it kind of neutralizes Rainier Beach's speed a little bit because it's
short field, small area. Yep, exactly. You can't use.
And the Chase just couldn't find the receiver, but here comes Naive back in the game.
That was the only place. That's the only place we could throw the ball was right in the middle because everything else was covered on the outside.
So let's see if Rainier Beach can get on the board. O'Day 22, Rainier Beach 0, 4th down and 11, 2:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. He's got 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Got down, looks, he fires, just missed the receiver. And he is looking for a pass interference call.
There was contact, Juan. There was contact.
Definitely some contact down there. Not enough for the referee to throw a flag. And they come away with, unfortunately, nothing. And that's tough. Really working hard and really trying to get that into the end zone. And obviously want to see competitive ball games. Just hate to see that way that turned out. Just so close to scoring, getting his foot on the white line. And unfortunately, the referees called him out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So O'Day will take over the ball with 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the third quarter, 10-yard line. The give to the big fullback. Big plunge up the middle.
Got to keep them down here if you're Rainier Beach. Got to keep them contained. Make them kick the ball on the negative side. And you get fairly decent field position.
2nd down and 8 for the Irish. That carry was by number 8. Was that number 8?
Yeah, I think it was. Let me make sure. I can't. It's kind of hard to see.
It was Beckett Swanson with the ball. Was the ball
that was
carrier, I
him.
believe. Was that Big Beckett?
Yep, that was him.
They're
Big
running
kid. 20-pounder.
Another run blitz, and they just missed Jason Brown. Brown escapes a couple of tackles as he was bouncing to his right. And he's got some real shifty moves.
Yes, he does.
He's very, very quick within the 3-yard box, and he was moving and stepping, and looks like he gained about 6 yards on that play.
Yep.
That'll make it 3rd down and about 1 yard for the Irish. 1:31 to go in the third quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station. And we see a little bit of everything down here. As Rainier Beach goes for more run blitzes, and they're trying to get to Jason Brown. So he's firing his linebackers.
Yep, he is. They are.
And that was a run to the outside. He was able to bounce off a couple of tacklers. And another tough run by Jason Brown. Not his the most exciting runs by Jason Brown, but ones that get first downs.
No, that's what you want. Control the ball, eat up the clock. You're sitting on a lead. As long as you have the ball, they can't score.
Here come the Irish. Classic I formation. The give is to the big up back fullback.
Right.
And Rainier Beach had that one diagnosed.
Yep. They're still running at least six on the line of scrimmage. We called that we would call that the 6 Oklahoma. 6. It's really a 6-3 Oklahoma.
Beckett Swanson was the ball carrier. He picked up a yard. And yeah, that is the Oklahoma 5-3 defense. Pete Carroll was running a little 5-3 the other night.
Yeah, but they got 6.
And they put Beach. Yeah. That's a Bill Belichick type of design too. The 6-man front. Yep. They used that in the Super Bowl against the running back of the Los Angeles Rams, the good one from Georgia. They kind of stymied and they were really working to stymie that and
because you don't get any advantage on the line of scrimmage blocking because you got to go almost man to man with a 6 front. And if your linebackers are decent linebackers, they're going to cover the holes. They're going to fill the holes.
Well, Coach, that's the end of the third quarter, and it comes out. We were hoping that Rainier Beach would get down there and then punch one in the end zone. They came incredibly close, but nevertheless, right now it is the O'Day Irish 22, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0 on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Right. It's kind of disappointing. Rainier Beach has got to feel more, just deflating emotionally that you were so close to scoring.
The O'Day Irish, and it looks like they have about 60 men over on that sideline. The Vikings, they look like they have about maybe 30.
He said 35. Coach Sampson said he's got 35 players, which is not. You like to think about maybe 40 because you got special teams, offense, defense. That's 33 if you got 11-11 and you have alternates.
Coach Yashitaki, did you know that Tuesday is National Voting Day?
No, but thank you for reminding me.
And voter registration day. You're going to be there.
Be there.
Rainier Avenue Radio will be there at the Rainier Beach Plaza,
right
outside of the Rainier Beach Community Center. As a pitch goes to number 44.
Blocking in the back.
There was a little block in the back by the O'Day Irish. And that did get picked up. But what you need to do is if you can go to the Rainier Beach Community Center, and if you go ahead and get some information from the NAACP, the local group here in Seattle, and also the National Association of Black Unionists, they will make sure that you are registered to participate in the most important public process that we have. The universal practice is called voting. And if you don't vote, you really shouldn't even complain. One can even argue that you missed your opportunity. A lot of people do miss their opportunity for a variety of different reasons. They weren't sure of the deadlines, weren't sure how to register to vote,
or I didn't want to because what does my vote count for?
Yeah,
that is not
don't
true.
Just get out there and go ahead and trust me. You can make an impact socially. You can make an impact nationally. Just vote.
Your vote counts, ladies and gentlemen. Your vote counts.
And if you just want to hear about more information, please listen to Rainier Avenue Radio because we're going to be talking about this all the way up until the 20th. Second down and 16 for the Irish. The give inside. Running back bounces around. I'm trying to see if that's Jason Brown. No, that's number 44. That's Win the ball carrier. And he, after a nifty bit of running,
pretty good job of getting upfield.
Picks up about
6 yards, 7 yards.
Picked about 7 yards. 11:26 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, the reason, I forgot there was a penalty for blocking in the back, so that negated the play before.
A game that was relatively close for about 2.5 quarters. O'Day has put a couple of touchdowns on the board that has extended their lead, but the Vikings have nothing to be ashamed of. As now with 3 wide receivers, 2 is left, split backs. Dana's going to get a welcome by Scott Trey Humphrey. And big number 53, that's Hall.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Butler Jr. Butler Jr.
Here comes that man again.
That's going to bring up 4th and 14 for the Irish, and they are out to punt.
There's still plenty of time. RB got to get on the board.
Kellen Schaffer, O'Day's punter, and over there is one of the 2 high recruited players that's in this ball game, Caleb Presley, number 5,
right,
just outside of the hash marks.
He's on the far side. As you look at the field,
snap is good. The kick is
short. Oh my gosh!
Light rocket that came off of his foot, and
that's about
Shackford kind of clapped his hands like, "What am I doing?"
It's about a 20-yard kick.
Was it?
If that
wasn't the best, and I wonder, Coach. I mean, we used to play a lot of soccer and practice kicking soccer balls and get that big wind-up kick. Kids don't play as much of that anymore.
No, they don't.
Playground. We try to kick the ball as high as we could, as far as we could.
Yep.
And now, the kids just don't do that.
No. Why? I don't understand it. We know that based on ballista and all those theories and trajectory and stuff, the higher the object goes, the farther it'll go, right?
Mm-hmm.
The higher it goes, the farther it goes. Whatever.
Nevertheless, the Vikings take the ball. They're like, "Thank you."
Double
wide, 38-yard line, and he is dancing in this pocket. Galdan is, and tried to find a way for him to move forward, but was brought down. And I believe that will be like a loss of 1. We're going to call it a sack, but it's just a 1-yard sack, and a flag is down.
I mean, interrupt you, but there's a flag. It was thrown right as the play was over.
Galdan comes to the sidelines.
Sportsman, what?
Oh, look at that. Personal foul. Oh, they went to the head. And that's something I'm glad. They are really trying to get the head out of the game.
Yep, exactly.
Which is so critical.
That looked like it was a blow to the head, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, it's one of the points of emphasis, and also O'Day's been called today for a couple of face masks on the offensive side. They're really trying to make sure that the head is safe, and we're trying to keep our kids playing football. The give to Scott Trey Humphrey. I think he's about 3, right at the middle. That'll make this second down at about 8. Ball's going to be right around near the 23-yard line. 9:16 to go. The O'Day Fighting Irish 22, the Rainier Beach Vikings 0. On your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Hasselbeck, Jones, Kennedy, Knox, Craig, Easley. Boy, they're getting a lot of people up on that They really are. They deserve it. I mean, some of the great legends.
Circle of honor.
Chase back to pass. He throws fake pump. Decides to run. Flag is thrown into the middle of where the linemen were playing.
So probably got holding.
Chase gets dragged down around the 20-yard line, but we'll see where that ends up. 8:41 to go in the fourth quarter. It's really, really interesting when you're here for a Seahawks game and the crowd is going crazy and the whole place is filled. It's such an intimate place to watch a ball game. When you're here like this in a high school game, it's a beautiful place to watch, but this is a big, vast stadium, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Just walking in here was a long walk.
So many beautiful things that they do in here. Hey, Coach, the CONCACAF champions, Seattle Sounders, are here.
Right.
As the give goes to Rainier Beach's running back, cuts outside, and he is
boy,
brought down.
Boy, good pursuit.
What a tackle on the outside.
Lost 5 yards.
And that you have to be a sure tackler because those O'Day Irish backs are fast. Peter Hawley was the young linebacker or outside player for O'Day that really closed down and shut that down.
Yep.
So with 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter.
Like you said, the Rainier Beach running backs are very quick. They're very fast. They're very quick. You gotta be in good position. You gotta make sure you wrap them up, man. Just like this kid Jason Brown kicks through a lot of tackles, man. You let up.
Third down and 26.
He's got 3 on the left.
Ball is on the 39-yard line. The snap to Chase. He throws. He looks, finds that man. That's Caleb Presley. And he dances around, gets out of there, and he's brought down around the 33-yard line.
I noticed that was an empty backfield. Nobody in the backfield. Everyone's out. Which makes sense. You're trying to eat up yardage, get down to score, and take as little time as you can off the clock. So you're spreading them out. Hopefully you get a mismatch and have time to throw the ball.
Fourth down and 15 to go. 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. The great Edwin Bailey, we see him on the Rainier Beach sideline, watching football, having a great time.
2 double wide outs. Oh, motion across, motion back. I don't know. I guess he made a mistake.
The down throws down right down the middle, and
nobody there
except for the goalpost. On fourth down and 15, Chase was going right down the middle, and there was nobody there. That will bring up 1st and 10 for the Irish. 6:53 to go. You are with Juan Cotto. You are with Coach Jay Yeezy, John Yasutaki. We are on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And we will be here. You can go grocery shop and cook dinner, take a shower, shave. Come on down. We'll still be here, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, something you can do all of that, and you can come on down and watch a little bit of high school football.
Thank you. Come on down.
6:53 to go in the fourth quarter. And let's see if Monty can put a drive together that will just run out time.
Direct
So
handoff.
give up the middle and another.
Wow.
This is where the Beach boys just get a little bit tired.
Yep.
As O'Day is just not as relentless, continuing to keep it.
Direct handoff. He just blasted through the middle.
Swanson again, Coach.
Yep. Big kid. 220.
43-yard line for the Irish. Simple I formation. Beach responds with the 62.
Nope. Well, he kept it, so I think it was a pitch. He was going to look like he was going to roll out and pitch.
He had that idea, but the Beach defense is a little bit too quick.
Closed down on him.
Anton Ruggiero. 2nd and 12 for the Irish. And that name is spelled A-R-A-U-J-O, so it's Arugio.
Oh, very good.
Anton Arugio. Snap to Arugio. He follows a fullback up into the hole. Maybe picks up, 4 on that. Gets his yardage back and a little bit.
A little bit, yep, about 3 to 4.
5:27 to go.
It's just a keeper. That's all he did was keep it, follow around the hole and go off tackle.
So we have Garfield versus Seattle Prep tonight.
Yes.
That will be the following game.
That will be an interesting game.
Irish with 5:09, 8 on the clock to your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Voter Registration Awareness Day, Tuesday, September 20th. Rainier Beach
Go
Community
blitz. They call it offside or motion. I think it's all motion.
Had a little bit of funny stuff going on back there.
Yep. Rainier Beach was coming. Yeah, elite. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The guy flinched because he saw the blitzer coming through, and he pulled up a little soon.
That will do it. My beautiful wife and daughter are listening to the game in Leshai.
Oh, very good.
The neighborhood of Leshai where we live, and
name for the chief.
The chief.
Chief Leshai.
Beautiful surroundings down where we live in that beautiful neighborhood. 2 schools representing great neighborhoods, Capitol Hill and Rainier Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Another run blitz, and Jason Brown is corralled in the
down.
backfield, and they've got him. No, they're not.
They had quite a
he had
few
about
guys
8 guys on the ball carrier.
In the backfield. They crashed that line of scrimmage. To me, they've been fairly successful.
Beach has played a great football game, man. Their defense really, against a team that we saw Blanchett had no answers for.
Yep.
And of course, one of the best running backs in the country, and Beach is able to keep him really at bay.
Yep.
The punt is off.
Good punt.
And it is caught at the 25-yard line. And that man is thrown down for
lost yardage. Lost yardage on the return. But
number 11 for the Irish. Brendan Murphy. And we've heard Brendan Murphy's name called a lot today. And he got down there and made a play for O'Day, spilling the ball carrier. And that, with 3:45, Beach will now get the ball at the 20-yard line. And let's see if they can work some Quentin Jackson magic. Coach Q is what they call him. 3:45 to go.
They're going to be a team to reckon with in the Metro League.
Chase Goodin.
Triple right.
Little
There's
screen
that screen
pass.
again.
Scott Trey Humphrey
There
on
it
the
is.
screen, and there he goes. Same results.
Oh.
Nice. Nice run for Scott Trey, and he gets up to around the 43-yard line.
That was there.
First down for the Beach Vikings, moving the chains. And in high school football, the clock stops after a first down till the chains are set. Once the chains get set, then they'll go ahead and
clock starts to
get things going.
Well, that's that same play, except it's run on this side as he ran it on the other side when he almost scored. I don't know if it's more of a, not a bubble screen, it's a slip screen, I think, is more the appropriateness.
Chase looks to his right, fakes a pump, and sees a big opening in the middle. And now he's on the run to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, where he's nailed out of bounds.
That could have been a late hit.
It could have been.
Yeah, that was close.
That puts the ball right past the 50-yard line to the 49. And, Coach, I think that the Coach Sampson, his coaching staff is kind of like, hey, we get told not to do that. Why does he get to do it? Really, a real late hit.
It was close, very close.
Coach Edwin Bailey down there on the 28-yard line, observing his offensive lineman.
Double wides, both sides.
Nice little quick pass in and out of the hands of the Rainier Beach receiver. That will bring up second down.
question I have, how come that lineman's downfield on the pass?
In football now, because of the run pass option, you can get about 4 yards down the field now.
But he was
a little further than that, wasn't he?
he was down near the 40, and he's a tackle. Okay.
Chase with 2 to his left, 2 to his right, although one motion's over.
He's open.
And he's got a Nairi. Nairi just could not corral the football.
Man. He had the defender on his backside. That ball was there.
Nice toss, too. I thought he really got to hit him in stride.
Yep.
But he will come back and make another play. 2:43 to go. Rainier Beach looking for their first score of the ball game.
3rd and 10. It's got to be a pass. Double wideouts. Oh,
and
he got
down as he was trying to pass. Just kept going, surveying the field, was finally tripped and brought down.
Got about a couple yards to go for first down. So it's about 4th and 2 or 4th and 3.
And the pass gets completed to Ballard for 8 yards, and that will bring up 4th down and 2.
Yep.
2:12, 2:11, 2:10.
Double wide again.
He's got 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Go down, brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Scott Trey Humphrey back there with him. Nice little give to Humphrey. Humphrey runs to his left,
run.
Turns it up, and he gains a first down for the Vikings.
Good run.
154. Can the Vikings get on the board? Gadan addressing traffic. Sends 2 over to his right towards the O'Day side, 2 to his left towards us here on the Rainier Beach side. Calls the signals, claps his hands. The fake, the give. He's got a wide receiver open and overthrew him just by a fraction.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Wide open.
He had him. He had number 3 out there. And he was running by himself and just couldn't get the ball delivered. Just missed it. That will bring up a solid 2nd down and 10. And let me tell you something. They are a fraction tonight of 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
The screen pass that was called out at the 5, and then just 2 throws that just missed receivers. This is a completely different ball game.
Exactly. And they've been pretty much able to bottle up with that one long pass. A pretty much dominant running team.
1:28 to go in the 4th quarter.
Triple
Chase
right.
Looking, he scrambles, he's going up the middle, and then gets brought down. I think that's Ray Hall again.
Yep.
Or 1:16, 1:15, the clock rolls.
Uh-oh.
Anthony Hall. I confused him with the great O'Day linebacker, Ray Hall. But a minute 5, a minute 4 on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. The Rainier Beach Vikings, the O'Day Fighting Irish.
Come on, you guys got to break that huddle a little bit faster. Come on, you guys. Got to get that ball out. Got to get it in play faster.
Vikings getting set up. Chase rolls to his right, throws back. He's going for it all.
Oh, that's
and yeah, that was, yep.
That's interference.
He went for all of it. And it was just the wide receiver and the defensive back. And Deion Sanders just talked about that on videos. Just run him out of bounds. But I think Deion saying, hey, use your back.
Right.
Turn and use your back and run him out of bounds.
Because that's not pushing him out of bounds.
Shoved him out of bounds.
Right. Now,
here comes a young man up the stands right now. Here comes a young man walking up to the booth. He's probably looking for some more cash from his father. That looks like Clemente Jose Cotto. Nice looking boy. Looks a lot like his mom. He's walking up. It looks like, he's handing me the card. How's it going? Did you get them? Did you get the? Oh yeah, thank you. My man brought me a little bit of popcorn to thank you. Delivery to the seat. That is a great touch. Sarah Coto,
See, even though,
very
that
nice
pass,
young man.
unfortunately, pass interference occurred in the end zone, still a 10-yard penalty.
It did.
Yeah. Instead of being on the 2-yard line.
Gadan back to pass. He's being chased. Flips the ball to Humphrey at the 20-yard line.
Oh,
Humphrey goes to a couple of tacklers, takes the ball down to about the 15-yard line, and the whistle's blow. It looks like Beach is going to call timeout. And Coach Sampson
got a couple of people
is
hurt.
trying to get in the end zone.
A couple people dinged up on that play.
Clock now down to 17 seconds.
Well, they say there's no such thing as a moral victory, but hey, got to try to score just to make a point.
There is no moral victory, but and let me tell you something. From being, I know Coach Sampson. This is not a moral victory, but I will say this: they are once again. I have so much respect for him. I believe he's one of the top coaches in the state of Washington, and I would definitely put him in the top 5 with Tom Bader, Monty Kohler, and Coach Corey Sampson is right there in terms of how they build and construct their program. And for him to take on this team with maybe 35 players and come out here and put up this defensive stand, holding this team that just really, O'Day really ran over Blanchette last week.
I know. It's incredible.
Found much more of an impediment today.
And they only had that one big play. That's 8 points off the board. 8 points off the board would be at 15-0. And had they scored, I would have cut that lead in half. But, hey, wishes and hopes and prayers and things like that. Sometimes the breaks don't go your way either, too, Juan,
Oh, I do know. And in the case of Araceli Cotto and Sarah Cotto, the breaks did go my way as Chase goes back to pass.
Right.
He looks to his right. He throws over the head of his intended receiver, and I think that was Presley over there.
Yep.
Presley plays a lot of snaps, Coach.
Yeah.
He plays the whole game.
Yep, both sides. A little bit out of his reach. He was the guy to hit.
12 seconds to go in the ball game. O'Day up 22-0. That will, let's see, here we go. 3rd down and 4, balls on the 15. The Seattle Seahawks logo on that score strip up there.
Right.
We know all about the Seattle Seahawks and the resolve of Pete Carroll, let me tell you.
Triple right, bad snap.
Really bad snap. But he gets the ball to, is that Scott Trey? Scott Trey Humphrey gets taken down at around the 4-yard line, make it the 3. And with 1 second to go, no, the ball game is over.
Oh, I thought he got out of bounds.
Did he? Wait a minute. They're blowing the whistles. I think there's going to be a little bit more time added to the clock.
No, he got out of bounds.
I think he did. He definitely was tackled, and he definitely got out of bounds. I wasn't sure if the referee on that side, the side judge, wound it, but he didn't. And there they go. They're going to go ahead and wind it now. They put 5 seconds back on, actually 4 seconds back on the clock. So here comes Chase Goodhead, and Chase calls timeout. And Quentin Jackson has a couple of more cracks at this. Maybe one, maybe if he's quick too. Officials conferring that the ball is spotted in the right location. It is first down. It was a first down play. Ball is on the 2-yard line.
Oh, they called it.
Was that it? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Well.
So that makes the final O'Day 22, Rainier Beach 0. And, Coach, we said it. Rainier Beach was about a fraction of a couple of plays to have scored 3 touchdowns.
Yep. Whittling the lead down to almost nothing or taking the lead. But, hey.
Passing the first half that was over, got out of the receiver running down the sideline and just put a little bit too much air under it.
Yep.
Scott Trey Humphrey running down the sideline. We thought he got into the end zone. The official ruled that he stepped out of bounds on the 5.
Right.
And another pass over here in the sideline went over the receiver's head, just grazed his fingertips. Goodell couldn't hit him. And I will say this about Rainier Beach. And number 9's got Trey Humphrey and Avalava. Butler Jr.
But
They played a full 4 quarters. Those guys are walking off the field just kind of sweating.
They bottled up a dominant running team, which is O'Day and Jason Brown. That's obvious.
And here comes the players for the second game on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Here come the Garfield Bulldogs.
Number 3 in the state, right? I think.
Dressed in black.
Yep.
And then in white-clad uniforms, just like the Indianapolis Colts without the horseshoes,
Yeah, right.
is the Seattle Prep Panthers. So this is going to be an exciting game.
Or like almost like Penn State.
So, hey, we will be back in about 20 minutes on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Coach Cotto and Coach Jay Giese. See you in a little bit.